and welcome to Yoga with Dorit. If you are in the throes of low back pain right now, if you're having a bad day or a bad week, as I am, you are in the right place. The last time you probably did a yoga for back care practice online, you probably had a young 25-year-old leading you through a practice, which may or may not have been absolutely lovely, but today we are one back care sufferer talking to another. I'm going to be sharing a whole bunch of stretches for you that I do when I'm having a bad week, as I have been in the last week or so, 10 days actually. And I thought I would share with you what I do to create space in the low back, bring a little bit of ease in, relieve some of the tension. Just one deal we have to make here: make sure that whatever you're doing feels good in your body. Make sure that you are not practicing when you are in acute pain. So make sure that you have a little bit of movement, a little bit of range, and just do not go past your point of comfort in each posture, okay? So we're gonna start on our back here. So make your way slowly onto your back. You don't need anything but a carpeted floor or a yoga mat if you have. I have chosen to place an extra blanket on the floor here just to provide a little extra cushioning. So do what feels good again. Take a moment to set up, and we land on our back. When you arrive on your back, I'm going to invite all of you, taking your time here, to bend the knees and leave the feet on the floor. Knees are pointing towards the ceiling. If it feels good to you, let the knees rest upon one another. If that creates any tension in the hips, then let the knees be hip width apart. So do what feels good again in every posture, even in this beginning still posture here. Let your arms rest by your sides and let the palms face the ceiling. Your gaze should be comfortably towards your ceiling, and bring your chin slightly towards your chest, just enough to feel that the back of your neck is free, that there's no crunching at the back of the neck. And I like to take a moment here to make sure that the shoulders scooch away from the ears, just creating space in the neck here. And it's kind of proven that when you are in pain in any part of your body, the entire body kind of constricts. We are expecting the pain, we're looking for the pain, and so you are walking around tense the entire time. So I like to take a few moments here just to settle the entire body. We'll do a little pranayama breathing practice together. So let your forehead relax. Let all the muscles around your eyes relax. Let the chin and the jaw completely relax, even the tongue in your mouth. If you tend to grind your teeth, bring your tongue to the top of the palate, where your top of the palate meets the back of your top teeth. So if you touch that place where the palate meets the top teeth, it's impossible to be grinding your teeth. Just the sound of Barney's breath might be relaxing at this point right now. He's snoring right behind my head here. So again, shoulders away from the ears. Let's relax the back of the neck. Make sure that the shoulders are pulled away from your ears, so you can have your fingers kind of pulled towards your heels. And in whatever way you can, let your low back relax in towards the floor. Anywhere you are, in any position you choose right now, is good for you. So there's no right way to be lying on the floor right now. If you need to lift your hips and kind of extend your spine so that you're lengthening, and then let your hips come back down towards the earth. I like to do that to kind of lengthen the spine. So I press into my feet, I lift my hips just a ½ an inch off the floor, push my tailbone away from me, and then land again. I just feel like it's lengthened my spine right here. And then once we feel nice and comfortable and you feel like the crown of the head is aligned Head above the heart, heart in line with the pelvic area, with the spine. Take a moment and just notice your breath. Notice the next inhale. Notice the next exhale. There is no way you can do this wrong as long as you feel good in your body. Start to notice the rise and fall of the upper chest for the next breath or two. Just the rise of the upper chest on the inhale and the natural fall, expansion and contraction. And then see if you can breathe in towards the middle part of your rib cage, so expansion in the rib cage. And this natural contraction as you exhale. Just noticing, observing, not trying too hard here. Keep the focus on the rib cage for this next breath. And then seeing if you can breathe in towards your belly. If it helps, you can place your hands around the navel, around the belly button, and just see if you can breathe in towards your hands, feeling the navel rise and fall, expansion and contraction. And for the next breath or two or three, we'll try a full three-part yogic breath. So as we breathe in towards the belly, see if you can feel the belly rise, and then keep inhaling to feel the expansion in the rib cage, and perhaps filling yourself up to the top, feeling the upper chest expand. And as you exhale, the upper chest starts to sink in towards the mat. Middle part of the rib cage contracts, and then the belly falls towards the spine. Again, this beautiful three-part breath where we inhale in towards the belly. Keep inhaling, full breath in, rib cage expands, upper chest like you're filling a balloon. And then as you empty, emptying top to bottom, upper chest, rib cage, and belly. One more full three-part breath at your own pace, nice and slow. Just filling yourself up to the top. And then emptying fully and completely till you feel that there's not an ounce of air left inside. So just emptying, emptying, emptying. Good. And then if you did bring your hands onto the belly, let the arms come out to the sides and let your palms face up one more time. And I like to do a very mini version of a cat-cow here, just bringing a little spinal extension and flexion into the spine. And this is really, without moving, you're just going to feel the spine curving a little bit, extension, and then flexing, pressing in towards the earth very gently. So this is what it looks like. It's more a feeling than anything that you can see. As you're lying on the floor, you probably feel a very gentle little natural curve in your back. So as you breathe in, I just want you to feel like the navel is pressing up towards the ceiling slightly. Don't over exaggerate anything. Just bring your awareness to the curvature in your back, natural curve perhaps. And as you exhale, start to exhale again, fully and completely, so that you're pressing the navel in towards the spine and very gently pressing the low back in towards the earth so that that curve gently disappears. And make the movement feel really soft. It should feel really natural. So as you breathe in, belly rises towards the ceiling very gently. If anyone were watching you, which they're not, they may not even see any movement here. This is just happening in the lumbar area. And as you exhale, start to exhale fully and completely till you squeeze the navel in, belly button presses in towards your spine, and the low back presses into the earth, taking the extension out of the spine. Make sure that this feels good in your body. As you inhale, again, don't exaggerate any movement. Feel that natural curve come into the back. Almost like you were creating a tunnel behind your low back, lumbar area. As you're exhaling, exhale fully and completely. And you may feel the upper back, middle back, lower back pressing into the earth as you squeeze the navel in. And see if this feels good in your body. If not, just modify the breathing, modify the movement, or just lie there and breathe. Even that is therapeutic. And together, we'll do one more if you're practicing with me. As I exhale, I empty fully and completely. And as the navel presses in towards the spine, I feel that low back pressing into the earth very gently. And then come back to a natural breath. And you might feel that natural curve coming back into your back. Relax your arms. Take your shoulders away from the ears. Relax your fingers. Remember, we're not here to anticipate pain. We're just inviting ease into the body with every movement here. If at any point, any movement that I suggest feels uncomfortable in your body, come out of the posture, either just a little bit or completely if you feel that that's not for you today. Every body literally is different. Every back issue is different. So do what feels good in your body today. The next posture I'm going to suggest is just hugging the knees in towards your chest. So very gently, if this is accessible to you, bring your knees as close as you can in towards your chest. Don't go further than feels good in your body. Relax your shoulders. Find a place that feels good today. If it feels good, you can rock side to side very gently. Kind of giving that lumbar spine a little massage here. Let your breathing be soft and easy, as you might hear Barney's behind me. He's become really good at deep breathing. So keep breathing in and out as you're bringing your knees in towards your chest. Don't force, don't push. Good. And if this is accessible to you, bring the hands to the insides of the knees and just let the knees open up gently. So you might be holding on to the insides of the low legs here. So you might just be holding on to your knees, just letting the knees open up, a very gentle butterfly posture. You might be holding on to the calves. When we're doing butterfly, very often we reach for the toes. I just don't want to be aggressive in our practice today. You want to reach wherever you're reaching to let the knees open up each to their own side. The feet are just kind of hanging out towards each other. So creating a little space in the hip flexors here where we tighten up. And bringing the feet back in towards the earth, bringing the knees back together here. Good. And then let your arms be by your sides here, and we're going to bring the palms down in towards the floor. I like to keep the knees bent most of the time when I have a low back issue. You can play with this, so if you want to try extending your legs out and see how that feels, you're welcome to try it. I feel that when my low back is sensitive, I like to feel the low back supported by having the knees bent and feet on the floor. It's a little less pulling on my back. So hands are in towards the earth here, palms are down. Let's bring a little bit of space into the upper body here. So leaving the hips and the low back on the floor. Nothing moves in the lower body. As we inhale, let's just take the arms all the way back and simply reach as far as you can. Feeling the nice stretch in the rib cage. Again, you're going to stop where it feels good in your body. And as you exhale, bring the arms slowly back down. More than anything, we're going to develop a nice slow breath together as we bring a little ease into the upper body. Spread your fingers wide the next time you send the arms back. Remember, if you have any shoulder issues, you're going to stop wherever it feels good in your body. Full inhale. And then a nice slow exhale. Just keep your fingers spread wide. Feel the activity all the way into the fingertips. Shoulders away from the ears as the hands slowly float down towards the earth again. And let's do 2 more. Inhaling. And I'm reaching all the way back. You may wish to stop above your shoulders, halfway back, anything that feels good for you. And then a nice slow and full breath out as we allow the hands to slowly float down, fingertips gracing the earth, back down towards the mat. And last one, just enjoying this full breath in. Doesn't matter how far back you're reaching. Feel the space you're creating in the rib cage here. And as you exhale, exhale fully and completely again. You might feel that lumbar spine pressing in towards the earth as we did before in that little miniature cat and cow. And relax the arms back in here towards the earth. Good. So we're going to try a gentle lying down supine, threading of the needle, or a supine pigeon pose. You're going to take the right leg and see if you can cross it over the left knee. So for some people, this may already feel very painful. If you wish, you can take your right foot and just bring it to the inside of the left knee. Okay, this makes it a little bit less intense. And if this posture is not good for you at all, I'm just going to offer a modification here. Bring the foot back down to the earth and let the right knee just fall towards the floor, and find a cushion or a pillow just to allow this right hip flexor to open a little. So you may wish to just stay on the floor with the knees bent and let your right knee open gently. And if there's any pulling, grab a pillow or 2 pillows, anything that feels good to support your leg here. So if we can, we cross the right leg over the left knee. Again, for some people this might be enough, and just feel the opening in this right hip here. And moving really, really slowly, seeing if you can take the left foot off the floor and bring the left knee in towards you and hold behind your left upper thigh for a real supine pigeon hold. Again, you can try this posture, and if it's too intense for you, you'll come out of it. If you're with me, make sure that the left knee is above your left hip. Move millimeter by millimeter. Feel the stretch in the right outer thigh. We're trying to get into glute medius, which is the outer part of your glute, creating space here in the outer thigh, right outer thigh. Take a big breath in towards the belly. Relax your whole upper body as you exhale. One more breath if we can hold on here. We're not forcing anything. We're coming out of the posture if it doesn't feel good. Full exhale if you're still with me. Bring your left foot back down to the earth. Take a moment before you uncross. Let the arms rest by your sides. And then uncross the right leg. Place it back down on the floor. Both knees are bent. You'll notice that I'm moving really slowly today. Make sure your transitions are slow. Make sure your movements are slow. More than anything, when we're in pain, we want to be very mindful of every movement. And we're moving millimeter by millimeter to see where we've reached our max, so that we are not causing any additional stress in the body, only creating space and bringing ease into the body. Before we do the other side, let your palms rest towards the ceiling. Create space in the back of the neck. Make any adjustments you need to make sure your shoulders are away from the ears. And we're just going to take a few mindful breaths together here again, bringing ease into the body. So as you breathe in for the next few breaths, I want you to feel an energy, life, an ease, a buoyancy in the whole front body as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, just feel yourself fully supported here on the floor, on your mat, wherever you are. Once again, a lightness, an energy, prana coming in on the inhale. And just feel yourself arrive on the mat. Let yourself settle. Just surrender into this moment, into this posture. Let yourself feel good here on the exhale. One more time, breathing with the intention of nourishing every cell on the inhale. And really completely letting go on the exhale. Releasing, not expecting any tension, any pain. Just release into the good feeling in this moment. And then again, if we're able to, we're going to do a supine pigeon on the other side. So if we're able to, we're going to cross the left leg over the right leg. And you may have been able to do this on the other side, and this might be too tense or too tight. Your pain might be coming from one side of your lumbar spine. So always listening to your body. I'm going to show the modification again. If crossing the left leg over the right knee is not accessible to you, try this posture. You start in just a plain supine position with the knees bent and let the left knee just open gently and bring a couple of cushions underneath the left thigh just to create a little bit of space in your hip flexor here. Okay, let's bring the knees back in towards each other. If it's accessible to us today, we're going to cross the left leg over the right knee. Take a moment here and see how that feels. Again, if you'd like, and if this is enough of a stretch for you, stay here. If you'd like to go further with me today, I'm a week into my low back pain, so I've already worked through this a little bit. Bring the right knee in close to you. Take your right foot off the floor and hold behind your right upper thigh. And again, we're trying to get into that left outer thigh, so you might be feeling a nice stretch in the glute. Remember that if there's any pinching or pain, you come out of the posture. You just want to feel a nice juicy stretch in the outer part of your glute. Again, glute medius into the hip. Let's come back to our breath. Breathe in towards the belly, rib cage, perhaps the upper chest. Exhale fully and completely. Make sure that holding behind your upper thigh is not creating stress in your shoulders. So bring a little ease into the shoulders. And after the next full breath out, let's bring that right foot back down towards the floor. Take a moment here, moving slowly. See how you feel. And then uncross the left leg and place it back on the floor. Take a moment here again to just see how you're feeling. Bring your attention to the low back. Breathe as if you wish to send energy into the lumbar area. Invite ease into the body as you breathe in. And just surrender, soften, let go on the exhale. One more breath, just like that. Inviting ease into the body. It's an intention, it's a practice. And letting go, completely surrendering on the exhale. Good, we'll do one more supine on our backs here. So your arms are extended next to your sides. They could be right next to your hips or about 45 degrees away. And right now, see what feels good, palms facing the ceiling or palms pressing down into the earth. I'm going to invite you to bring your knees about hip width apart if that's comfortable. So the knees are hip width apart, as are the hips. If not, if that's not comfortable, modify, of course. Take an inhale with the knees pointed up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, slowly allow both knees to drop towards the right and stop wherever you feel that you need to. So don't force the knees to go down towards the floor by any means. Just a nice little supine hip stretch. As you're ready to inhale, bring the knees slowly back in towards the center. Remember, this is a practice for those of us that are in pain right now, so we're moving nice and slowly. Observe how bringing the knees to the other side is different. Inhaling fully and completely, bringing ease into the body as you breathe in. And now just soften into this exhale and let the knees drop wherever they wish to stop. Your body is going to tell you where you need to stop. Inhaling back into the center and exhaling over to the opposite side. You may just dip the knees down an inch or two and feel that that's all you can do. Please do not press past that point. I'm going to do one more to each side, breathing in towards the center, taking our time together, exhaling towards the right. And whenever you're ready, at the pace of your breath, breathing back in towards the center, knees pointed towards the ceiling, and your exhale allows the knees to drop to the opposite side. Keep your upper back completely relaxed here, just a low body twist. As I inhale, I bring the knees back in towards the center, always taking a moment to be mindful, evaluate how that feels in your body. And then slowly bring your left knee in, invite the right knee in, hugging the knees in, relaxing your shoulders. Perhaps just smiling in this moment, even if it's a fake smile. It's been proven to release endorphins, make you feel better. See how that feels in your body as well. And very slowly, I'm going to bring my feet back down towards the earth. More than ever, this is really important. I'm just going to transition onto all fours. So allow your knees to just gently move towards one side, whichever side feels better, and rock your whole body over with it. Use your hand to come onto all fours. Very gently use both arms to help you move. Notice how slowly I'm moving onto all fours here. And we're going to end in an all fours position and do a few gentle cat and cows. We're going to bring the knees underneath the hips, the hands, wrists directly underneath our shoulders. Move up here. And just making sure that this already feels good in your body. We're going to avoid having the head fall towards the earth here. So trying to keep the neck in line with the spine. The cervical spine is just an extension of the rest of your spine. So just creating space without moving here. We're just on all fours. Curl your toes into the mat. We're not going anywhere. Retract your shoulders away from your ears. Keep your gaze towards the floor and keep the back of the neck long. So notice if there's any crunching behind the neck. You may wish to bring your chin in slightly. And I want you to pretend like there's this little string pulling the crown of your head forward. So just lengthen the neck, lengthen the entire spine. Notice if your shoulders are creeping up towards your ears and retract them away. Feel your shoulder blades gently squeezing in towards each other. I'm going to practice a gentle cat and cow here. You're welcome to join me here. As I inhale, I slowly let the belly fall and I look forward. Reach the heart forward, breathe in. As I exhale, chin comes in towards the chest, press into the earth and round your back as high as it'll go today. Don't press or push. As I inhale, relax the shoulders, let the belly drop. Look forward and breathe in. This is the cow back. As I exhale, here's my scared cat back, chin to chest, rounding the back up, squeeze the navel in towards the spine, press into both hands. Remember to start and make the movement small. Inhale, look forward, belly drops. Exhale, pelvic tilt, navel to spine, back rounds, chin to chest. So remember, you're starting small and you can increase the range of motion if it feels good. As we exhale, chin to chest, press into the earth, just creating space in the spine. You're doing what feels good for you today. One more breath in as I look forward, relax my shoulders. Exhaling, that pelvic tilt starts to round my back up towards the spine, chin to chest. I'm pressing my hands into the earth, creating space in the back. Good. And then slowly coming back into a flat back. Feel the length in your spine here. Relax your shoulders. Feel the crown of the head pulling forward. Good. And I'm going to end in a wide-legged child's pose. I'm going to invite you to grab a pillow. So if it feels good to you, you can place a pillow just behind your upper thighs, as I'm going to demonstrate right here. So that as you sit back, you don't have too far to go. Extend your arms and let your forehead come down towards the earth. And again, there are different levels here. So a week ago, I could not sit back all the way and feel comfortable. Make this feel good in your body. So if you're in pain, I'm just going to show a little modification here. If you're in pain, spread the knees wide, have the feet come in towards each other, and just sit back slightly. Press into the earth, see how it feels. Feel that little stretch in your outer hips. Walk the arms forward if that feels good. We're just trying to create space where we can. Feel the rib cage extend. And then just relax into the posture as much as you can. Right now I've got that pillow here. If you don't need the pillow, you're going to sit your hips all the way back, as far as they'll go. It doesn't matter if they touch the heels by any means. Let the head bend towards the floor. If this is too much for you, bring your fists in and have your forehead just rest on your fists. Relax your shoulders. Seeing if we can take a few breaths here. If this is not working for you today, please come out of the posture. We're going to meet on all fours in a moment. So just coming back to where we started. If this feels good for you, let the hips softly and gently relax towards the back of your mat, towards your heels. By all means, don't press, don't push. Your hips do not have to touch the heels. Relax your shoulders. If your forehead is on the ground, extend your arms. See how that feels. Again, every body is different. Every back issue is different. So you're always looking for what feels good for you in this moment. I like to create space wherever I can in that moment, that day. And slowly let's come back up onto all fours. Sitting back, if that's accessible to you, just very, very gently. And I am going to thank you for joining me today. Hopefully these nice, gentle stretches served you. Come back to them at any time. And please remember, by all means, to modify all postures to feel good in your body, because that's all we're trying to achieve. If you find one posture that feels good, where you are creating space, and you just stay there and breathe fully and completely, inhaling and exhaling, that alone will be therapeutic to you. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste.